Matt, thank you. Little wooden planks are going a long way these days at the Davinci Science Center in Allentown. The Kiva Build It Up exhibit is now underway, and it allows curious minds of all ages to design and building skills using the popular Kiva planks. I headed out to the center recently to see what the exhibit is all about in this month's edition of Up and Adams Science. Take a look. Well, good morning, everybody. We are coming to you from the Davinci Science Center this morning. My friend Karen Connect, Director of Education and Exhibits here at the center, is joining me this morning. And this year, Karen, we're talking about the science around us. And today we're talking about the building and architectural science around us in celebration of the big Kiva exhibit, which I know is a huge hit here at the center, right?
Yes, visitors are loving it. It's called Build It Up with Kiva, sponsored by the Butts Construction Company. And it's all blocks. It's all blocks that look exactly like this. They're wooden maple planks, and they're all cut exactly the same, and there's no glue. You just build, you're free to create, and visitors just really love this experience.
What does Kiva stand for folks who are curious?
Curious folks can know it stands for knowledge, exploration, and visual arts.
Okay.
I learned from the owner of the company that they almost called them Davinci blocks, though, because they're so Renaissance. You can do so many different things with them.
Oh, cool. So this is a real hands-on exhibit, as a lot of them are here at the center. And I know you have a little building activity you're going to run me through this morning, right?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes. So one thing I want to point out is at any time people are designing buildings or designing structures, they want them to be strong. They also want them to be beautiful.
Right.
And one of the things that Kiva allows you to do is to make things beautiful by the proportions that they come in. So we have a block like this. If you call this side 1 unit, then you'll notice that if you lay it on its side, it's exactly 3 units tall.
Okay.
And if you put it this way, it's exactly 5 times that. It's exactly 15 units tall.
You pre-measured.
Yes, so there's our 15, and it goes like that. And that can create beautiful designs like the one that you see right next to you. So I'm going to show you really quickly. It looks very complex and very beautiful. I was going to say, Karen, you know these segments are only 4 minutes. But if you grab 4 blocks.
Okay, I can do that.
We can do this together really quickly.
And this exhibit, by the way, is going on now through April 1st, right? Here at the center?
Now through April 1st.
Okay, great. Now, am I supposed to do what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
So you just put 2 in the middle and 2 at the sides, and you almost get like 1 little unit.
Okay. And
then we can start building these and stacking them on top of each other.
Okay. Line them up there.
Yep.
Need to do a few more here.
Yep. And this starts to create that pattern. So pattern is really big in architecture. And if you think about all the great buildings that are in our area, you can definitely think of some patterns.
Yeah.
Like the PPL building.
Sure.
In downtown. The new Arts Quest building. The Davinci Science Center is a great piece of architecture.
All right. So this is what folks who come to the center will have an opportunity to do, some hands-on building of their own through this exhibit, right?
That's right. They get to spend some unplugged time with their family. There's some classical music playing. There's no distractions, and you can create something as tall, as wide, as beautiful, as creative as you want.
Great. So if we keep doing this, we'll end up with this eventually?
You would end up with that. Exactly.
Wow. Okay. Well, we have some work to do. Thank you, Karen. So exciting. Such a fun hands-on activity. Coming up in our next segment, we've all heard what goes up must eventually come down. I understand we'll be doing a little demolition.
We will.
Okay, well that's coming up right after these messages. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back. We are exploring how buildings are built in this month's edition of Up and Adams Science. It's all in celebration of the new Kiva Build It Up exhibit at the Davinci Science Center. I headed to check it out. Take a look. Well, good morning once again, everybody. We are talking about the Kiva Build It Up exhibit that's underway right now at the Davinci Science Center in Allentown. Karen Connect joining me once again. It looks like we're getting ready to play a giant game of Jenga, which is so much fun. We'll get to that in a second. But first, tell me a little bit more about the exhibit. I know it's kind of broken into 3 separate areas, right?
We have 3 big areas for visitors to build in. We broke it down by time period. So architecture of yesterday, which includes structures like the Acropolis, structures like castles and and things like that. Then we have architecture of today, which has some glued models of tall skyscrapers and bridges, trains, things that you would find in the world today. And then we have an area called architecture of the future, which includes structures that you might not have thought of, very artistic things. And we had 3 local architectural firms participate in a design challenge of their vision of architecture in the future. They got 1,000 blocks and were able to build whatever they wanted to. So they have some amazing glued structures in there that are originals. Nobody else has these structures.
Yeah, that's neat. And you showed us some pretty amazing structures during our last segment. This is obviously very amazing. How do folks begin? You know, what if people are thinking, oh, I could never build something like that? Are there things to help guide them through the process?
Absolutely. There are glued models in the exhibit areas that are very inspirational. You can look at work that other people are doing, and there are plenty of pictures and guidebooks around, as well as our awesome volunteer and staff members to help you to build whatever you can imagine.
Well, speaking of building, you were very busy building this for us to use this morning.
Yes.
Tell us about this structure and what we're going to do today.
This is considered the world's tallest tower structure. Now, this right here is about 5 feet tall, I'm estimating. We built one 16 feet 7 inches for New Year's Eve. There's one that's a little over 11 feet tall in the exhibit area, but the tallest one that's ever been built was 51 feet and 8 inches.
Wow.
And that was in DC, so that's the Guinness World Record holder. But this is the same pattern that was used.
Okay. And it's very sturdy. I mean, we're going to try to take some blocks out, right? Is that what we're doing?
Right.
Okay.
One at a time, we'll go back and forth.
Okay.
And we will take a block out, and you never know which one's going to be the one to knock it down.
Okay.
So don't miss.
You go first. I'm afraid. I know this was a lot of hard work for you. Now, Karen's a pro. Oh my gosh, Karen.
I got one.
How long did this take you guys to make?
About 30 minutes to build the 5 foot tall structure.
I'm scared.
Got one. Just wiggle it out there.
Haven't played Jenga in a while. I'm getting flashbacks. Okay, got one.
Okay.
So
See if we can go a little lower.
It really is amazing that, let me see if I can find, whoa. It's amazing that it's not falling over.
So you can feel the force on some of these, which is why Eve is afraid to take them out. And every time you take one out, that weight shifts to some of the other blocks to hold it up. It's okay. Scary moment.
Scary moment.
We'll see how low we can get here.
Luckily, that fell off to the side. Oh boy, Karen, we're doing a good job here, my friend. Where do I go next?
Go a little bit lower, then we'll get it to fall down. And just so that people are aware, we can bring this experience to your school. We can put our Kiva blocks in the bags, bring it to your school, to your science fair, to any type of science event that you might be having. You can book us to come to your school if anyone's watching from the PTA or PTO and does that sort of thing. And you can come here to the Davinci Science Center on a field trip. There are still some dates available.
Great. And you guys are already talking summer camps and everything at the center, right?
That's right. We've got our summer camps. You get to try all different types of science careers. You can be a vet, an architect.
Oh, how neat.
Travel to space.
And best place for that, Karen, just go to your website?
Go to davinciciencecenter.org to check out our camps.
Oh, boy.
Go for it, Eve.
Wow, we're really good at this.
It's a great structure.
Oh, boy. See this?
Just grab one of the type.
Kids of all ages. There we go.
It's all about that big crash, right?
What goes up must come down. We learned that when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Karen, thanks so much. So much fun. Gosh, I got to go downstairs and check this exhibit out. Always fun to see you.
Absolutely.
We'll have a link to Davinci's website on our website, WFMZ.com. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back. That was great.